Hey, Rick, check it out. $1,000.
Sounds cool. Oh, except I always have to take care of my little sister after school.
So, bring her along. Let's get Maria to help too.
The living things of our planet. Species after species evolving since life on Earth began more than 3.5 billion years ago. But now their habitat is being destroyed and biodiversity threatened.
I like the music.
Yeah. Hey, can you guys turn that up a little bit?
That's pretty.
Oh, I like that panther.
We humans are now making species go extinct at a very rapid rate. If we don't take action soon, the only place these creatures will be able to live may be here, in a zoo.
Okay, now we're cruising.
Yeah, but guys, it's only 1 minute. Didn't the contest say it had to be an hour? What do you want to put in now?
Let's go over the rules again. Environmental Film and Video Contest. Open to middle and high school students working as partners. Must educate people to the importance of a healthy environment.
Hey, don't forget the prize. $1,000.
Split 3 ways.
Okay, our topic is biodiversity, the variety of life. From elephants to ants, redwood trees to buttercups.
Pythons to people.
Diversity is also the different kinds of ecosystem that life depends on, like deserts, coral reefs, rainforests.
Mountains, rivers, lakes. What's all this?
My uncle's a wildlife filmmaker. He films species that are having trouble surviving, like this one. The big-eared bat of Virginia.
The peregrine falcon returns to New York City.
And the hairy-nosed wombat of Australia.
Hairy-nosed wombat? Man, that's one animal I don't want to run into.
So all these are endangered?
No, but some of them are endangered or threatened.
What's the difference?
An endangered species is one in danger of becoming extinct throughout all or significant portion of its range, like these. The whooping crane and the black-footed ferret. A threatened species is likely to become endangered in the near future, like the African elephant or the green sea turtle. A federal agency called the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service identifies and puts endangered and threatened species on a special list.
Eagles. Let's start with them. I mean, think of it. The bald eagle might have gone extinct, and it's our national symbol.
Man, I just had a horrible thought. People eat fish too, and some contaminants can stay in the environment for a long time. I wonder if GDT is still affecting us.
That's nasty.
I'm gonna check it out.
Hey, Rick, speaking of nasty, these sneakers of yours are an environmental contaminant.
Stop. Stop. All right, wait a minute. Here's one on manatees. Cut it out.
I don't know, guys. Manatees are cool and all, but I just think we should start off with an animal that has 4 legs and furry. Like these guys.
All right.
Why don't we do something beautiful instead, like a bird or a plant?
A plant?
Yeah.
Plants are boring.
We can't live without plants. Listen to this. Aspirin came from the bark of a willow tree, and penicillin came from a fungus. A treatment for cancer was found in the bark of a Pacific yew tree.
I know a girl from my school who got leukemia. She says she's alive because of a medicine from a plant called the rosy periwinkle.
Hey, why don't you get her to be in our video? It shows how saving species can mean saving ourselves.
Okay, I'll try.
Listen to this. Only a fraction of all the plants in the world have been studied. Many of them don't even have names yet. If we don't protect their habitat, we might lose treatments for lots of diseases, not just leukemia.
Plants give us other useful stuff besides just medicines, right? Mm-hmm. Like dyes and paints.
And our food. I couldn't live without plants. You know I'm a vegetarian.
Well, I could. I'm a hamburger man myself.
Cows didn't have grass to eat. You wouldn't be getting your double cheeseburgers every day now, would you?
True, true.
Plants don't just help us, either. Insects and birds depend on flowers for their nectar. Besides, flowers are beautiful, and there aren't enough beautiful things in the world.
You're right. Plants are important, but let's not put them first.
I personally think the ferret should go
No, I think the eagle should go first. Wait a minute. How about this? Let's work together for the beginning and the end of the video, and then we can do our own thing for the middle.
That's cool.
Fine with me.
Okay, our topic is biodiversity, and that isn't just endangered species. There are plenty of animals and plants that aren't endangered. My uncle says the best and cheapest time to save a species is when there's still a lot of them.
We still need a strong title that really says what's happening.
Like, stop ruining our world.
Nah, it's too negative. People tune out if they get depressed.
Yeah.
How about fins, fangs, feathers, and fleas?
Or frogs, hogs, and dogs.
Or grasses, basses, and...
Stop right there.
Okay. I'm serious now. We're saying how diversity is important in nature, right? And look at us. We're diversity. The variety of human life. That's biodiversity too, right? Why don't we call our video Biodiversity? Wild about life.
Okay, I like it.
Great.
Can we use your studio?
Sure, you know where the key is. Let's go for it.
Ow! Gotta be more careful. This thing still hurts.
I barely touched you. God, what's your problem today? I thought you liked taking me fishing.
Fishing here's a waste. The water's so polluted that if we ever caught anything, we'd have to throw it back. And look at all the trash. People don't care.
That's why you're doing this video, to get people to care.
Yeah, the video. That's what I should be working on. Just gotta figure out what species to do.
Why don't you do your section on something small?
I read about these kids once in Minnesota who found a pond full of frogs with 2 heads and 3 legs.
Sounds cool.
Cool?
If people around here started having babies with 2 heads, you'd probably say there was something pretty scary going on, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, how about lizards?
I read about
Like I'm really gonna start a crusade to save the lizards.
You can't just let species die off because you don't think they matter. They could be really important.
You know, it's like the world is this big jigsaw puzzle, like the one at Maria's. The puzzle isn't complete unless you have all the plants, birds, insects, fish.
And people.
Yeah, sure, people. We breathe the same air as animals. We drink the same water the fish swim in.
Not that water. I wouldn't drink from there for $1 million.
But fish and ducks and birds don't have any choice. And if we eat them, then we're eating what they eat.
Yeah. So when we protect the wildlife, we're actually protecting ourselves. Nah, but even if we could clean up this river, the fish and birds wouldn't necessarily be safe. You know, because some of them migrate south for the winter. So that would mean the people would have to protect the habitat at both ends and all along the way. What a great story. Come on, let's get over to Maria's and see if she has any videotapes I can use. Here's one of the striped bass. Didn't know they were in trouble.
What's the matter now?
Just everything we're showing is happening somewhere else. Nothing ever happens here.
So, make something happen. I read on the internet about this kid who created a wetland in his own hometown. Hey, why don't we put him in our story?
Our story?
Okay, your story. You can show what a kid can do.
Great story, man. People need to work together as partners to protect diversity. It takes a lot of effort to save an animal when it's almost extinct.
Yeah, and there are more than 400 of them on the endangered and threatened species list.
Including 22 snails.
Plus over 525 plants. But remember, biodiversity isn't just endangered species. It's all the other ones too, and their habitats. Jason's smart. He's preserving practically a whole ecosystem.
So what if somebody says, why not just let species die off? You know, why should we interfere with what goes on in an ecosystem?
Are you saying that?
Well, I don't know. Just sometimes I think we should just let nature take its course.
Your broken arm didn't heal itself. A doctor interfered, didn't he?
Yeah, but Rick's got a good question. That mass extinction 65 million years ago killed off a lot of species, like the dinosaurs. So maybe extinction is a natural process we shouldn't be messing with.
But that's the point. We have been messing with nature. Polluting, destroying habitats, overusing resources, and it's affecting us.
Would this be a good time for my story? It's about making a medicine from a plant.
I think it's good they saved that plant before it went extinct.
Yeah, humans are causing most of the extinction now. Do you know the world population is supposed to double in the next 50 years? That's gonna make it even harder to protect places where wildlife lives. Wait a second. Why don't we do something ourselves? Around here? Sammy and I were fishing a couple weeks ago, and you can't even eat the fish in the river. The water's so polluted.
Can't change that.
Well, maybe. Maybe not. Hey, we can volunteer ourselves at the National Wildlife Refuge. It's right downstream. You know, every month we can go help pick up trash, count birds, whatever they need done.
Yeah, and then we can film what we do and put ourselves in the video at the end.
Hey, just like Alfred Hitchcock. You know how he's always showing up somewhere in his own movies?
Who's Alfred Hitchcock?
We did volunteer at the National Wildlife Refuge. As we canoed downstream, we saw Canada geese and a Baltimore oriole. Our first job was to clean up the riverbank. We pulled over wherever we saw trash. What do people think? The whole world is their trash can? Then we met our first species that's in trouble, right here in our own neighborhood.
Today we're going to be looking for Blanding's turtles up in this traditional nesting area. What we do is we look for the tracks that the female turtle makes in the sand. And here we've got a track right here, and there's the nest, and there's a turtle moving away from it. We'll get her now. The female turtle, she'll dig her nest with the hind leg, scooping out a little bit at a time, and once she's got her hole built, then she'll lay one egg at a time until she's deposited 7 to 10 eggs. Once that's done, she refills the nest with her hind feet, and then she'll tamp on it with her plastron to compact the soil, and when it feels right for her, then she'll move off and go back into the marsh.
So what do we do now?
Well, we're going to help the turtle out by putting a wire cage over the nest to protect the nest from being dug out and all the eggs eaten by raccoons and skunks. They home in by scent onto the turtle nest and they'll destroy them. So we push this into the ground real well so that they won't dig it out. That'll protect it until the eggs hatch in late August and early September.
There she goes.
I wonder if we'll ever see her again.
You think?
Great ending.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Got a hard work put to you.
Now let's roll the credits.